Yo, welcome. Finally, it is time. It is here. Welcome to Ctrl Alt Discuss. This is the podcast for the millennials out there who are like me. Everyone, thank you for coming. It has been a fucking minute. Thank you again. Thank you. And oh my God, thank you. Okay, hold your applause. Thank you. It has been a minute, and I am finally glad to get this going and getting this started. I wanted to start this podcast mainly to just get my creativity going and doing another project. I'm also doing like another AI project. So this is just one. I wanted to be creative. Also, I get a lot of conversations. And that's kind of what I want to wrap this podcast around, is conversations with friends who are also millennials and having their perspectives on different things in life that we've been going through. So like with work, video games, dating, just existing, hiking, camping, anything. I have so many friends in different avenues of life that I always have conversations with. One of my good friends, David, shout out to David. Anytime we meet up, we always have like a really deep conversation. And then I always think, damn, if I was recording this or like sharing this somehow, I feel like so many other people would be able to benefit from it. So this is my chance and shot of doing that. So thank you. Welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Spencer. I am a millennial. I've fucking been through so many different avenues of life. I've lost jobs. I've quit jobs. I've took on different careers. And so I feel that I'm a pretty good hub for these conversations. And one, I also love talking to people about their passions. I feel like they always lead down to like fun collaborations or fun just conversations to have. And so that's what I want to do. And that's kind of like my call to action is my friends watching this who have stuck around with me, hung out with me. If you want to join me on this journey of my podcast, that'd be dope. We would come on. The idea is that this podcast would just live and we would shoot this anywhere pretty much that we can. So for an example, I'm in Joshua Tree, and so I'll have an overhead shot of pretty much like of where I'm at, and I'm thinking I'll do the intro having me coming into here as well. And so I want to be able to just take this podcast anywhere. So I'm out here in Joshua Tree, just kind of outside of the campgrounds where you would pay to camp. The outside is like it's pretty much the Bureau of Land Management owns all of this land, and so you can come out here and camp. So other people come out here and camp. You don't need to pay for anything or have any permits. There's like a lot of like little spots you can just set up, and so I've set up here, and so you'll be able to see my setup. I come out here pretty often, not often, but pretty often, at least maybe once a month or so. It's kind of cool to come out here and relax and just kind of reset, just chill. I usually set up a projector, watch a movie. These past couple of times I've been watching like a Studio Ghibli movie. So I'll try to maybe have like a little transition into that, and I'll try to shoot that, and then maybe have like a little bubble somewhere over here, over there, or maybe over there. Over there where I'm doing a 2-camera setup. For now, and then maybe I'll transition to something else. So if I have other people, we'll have like our own cameras, and then I also have another mic, and so we'll be doing that. So that's kind of like the idea really of this podcast, and having conversations and hoping other people of my friends group, or maybe 2 degrees of maybe my friends of friends, want to just hop on, have a conversation, chill, relax. We'll do things in their environment. So maybe if they're passionate about roller skating. I know I have a friend who likes to roller skate. Shout out to Megan. Maybe we'll do something like that. And then we'll use that footage or whatever for the podcast or whatnot, and we'll have a conversation. I know I have a friend, Alicia, who we were planning on doing one with for Sega Saturn. So stay tuned for that one, and we'll shoot that eventually as well. So shout out to her. And yeah, I'm sure some other friends will like to hop on. We'll have like, I know we play a lot of video games with some other friends, and yeah, so that's the idea. So if you want to hop on, just hit me up, and then yeah, we'll get that started. So since this is the first episode, and I am doing solo, I decided to do the first episode pretty much on subscriptions, and pretty much just my perspective on subscriptions. And so, oh yeah, and I have this nice little Zoom recorder that makes it portable. So that's kind of the idea. So we'll be doing that. Yeah, and there's different sounds. So we got, and then of course for those horrible bad times. So yeah, so that's the idea. But yeah, so I want to just give my perspective on subscriptions, and kind of like the idea of damn, when I'm thinking back of when I've like kind of like got myself into the whole ecosystem of when it started for me, at least, and then kind of just talk about like maybe where it's going, or maybe where I think it might be going, and then how that's pretty much just going to be it. And then, if you have any comments, questions, or if you want to chime in, I will definitely, I'm going to try to put this on the YouTubes, you know what I'm saying? And then, maybe snippets on Instagram. So comments on those, I'll give a shout out to, maybe read them. Not maybe, but we'll read them. And in the next episode, yeah, we'll talk about that for a little short period of time. So yeah, so fucking and I know again, this is just from millennials, but I remember having like the magazine drive in my middle school, and shout out to Granada Middle School. And I feel like that's when like the whole ecosystem of subscriptions kind of started for me, and how I got into it, because I was out selling those subscriptions to my neighborhoods. And I can't even imagine if someone were to come up to my door now and just like ask me if I wanted a subscription to a magazine like Time, or what's another one, like Vogue, or I actually don't even know. One of the magazines I used to read back when I was in middle school, but that wasn't on that subscription list, was like Tips and Tricks for Video Games, or Game Informer. Those were my video games, but weren't part of that subscription. So like going to homes and selling that. But I do remember having like when they did the presentation and the stuff that you can win, that shit blew my mind. They had like, those money funnels where like money would just flow around, and they had some kid in there trying to just grab as much money as they can, and all the like wild crazy prizes you could win, and like it wasn't an assembly, like, and everybody was watching it like that. Obviously, as a kid, like that blew my mind, and obviously got me out to try to sell these magazines. Looking back, was goddamn, I can't even imagine that. But then after that, when jumping into high school, we were selling like ad space. Now that wasn't really subscriptions for like our programming for football, but we did sell like these yearly coupon cards. I forget what they're called. I think we called them gold cards for us, because our colors was like red, gold, and white. And so we had like gold cards, and we would use those. Those were funny for our football program. That wasn't really subscription based, but fuck, if you were on varsity, you did that every year. And so the people around you would subscribe to that, you can say. So yeah, and then after that, it went in straight into Best Buy. I started working at Best Buy after high school, and then it was back to selling magazines again, or getting people to sell to magazines. So if you worked at Best Buy and you were a cashier, it was like almost like it was a metric, obviously, and you had to meet this metric of selling or getting people to get sub to these magazines. Now they got it for free, I remember, for like X amount of months, and you had to cancel it at a time, or at a certain point before you got like charged. So you got like this trial for like 7 months or something like that. But damn, so yeah, it went back to magazines. So I started with magazines, and then somehow I got back into like subbing people into magazines. So I was the person trying to get people into them. Obviously, I didn't ever sub myself. I can't imagine wanting magazines monthly. But after Best Buy, and then if we don't count like the protection plan, obviously, but after Best Buy, then I worked at Apple, and then Mobile Me, and if you guys remember having Mobile Me, which is now iCloud, which is now also a subscription outside the free trial if you wanted the extra stores and whatnot. But Mobile Me was also a sub, and that was, I can't remember if it was like $24, $25, but that was, it was like a lifesaver. Yeah, I can't remember like the storage space, but it was awesome, and I loved it for what it was at the time. And then iTunes Match was another subscription, which then turned into Apple Music subscription. And then, of course, prior to all of that, I had like the Dollar Shave Club. So, you know, if you had like a weird subscription like the Dollar Shave Club, which like I still to this day have maybe like, because I canceled it, because at one point I end up having like 15 razors because I end up just stop using them, and I actually just shaved my face with like one clippers. I just shave them with clippers. I just do a 0 all the way around, and that's obviously saves me money. But at one point I have 15 like razor clips from them, and that was from like 2008, 2009, and so that was a big waste. So if you had like a random like sub like that, let me know. Put it in the comments, because I feel like there's a lot of those, because I think I also at one point did box lunch or like anime box, something like that, for a little bit. So there was always these wild ones, and then they just accumulated to having just trash in the end. So if you did have a wild one or a weird one, or if you came across a wasteful one, let me know. Put it in the comments. I'm curious. But after that, you know, of course, the entertainment subscriptions came in. So I like to say right now I don't pay for any of those Netflix outside of Amazon, because I use it for Prime, with a discount on Prime. But outside of those the entertainment ones, I haven't had a need for them anymore, only because I don't watch those shows. And if those shows there's people walking, that's cool. Outside of those shows, I feel like it's just, I would rather go to the movies maybe to like use that time. And I think that's what I've mainly been getting, or I wanted to get to, is the good and the bad of these subscriptions. Obviously there's been a lot of good subscriptions out there that have been good for convenience, but outside of that, I feel like there's been a lot that have just been wasteful. And I don't want to like just rant, and so I have this iPad here to kind of keep me on topic of things. But I just feel like there was just always just a point where, you know, at one point it's good for convenience, like the Dollar Shave Club, right? Maybe for someone who's out there who wants that clean shave like that, they still do that. Obviously, it's not for everyone, and I think that's probably maybe the grand point at the end of this, that a lot of the subscriptions aren't for everyone. But the one thing I do know where it's probably going to end up it's heading is a friend of mine told me that there's one that you can pay yearly for, and you kind of get everything, which almost sounds like a torrent like website at this point, where you're just torrenting everything, but it doesn't, obviously it's not official. So, you know, that I feel like at one point we're just all going to go back to like being pirates again, because these subscriptions are just getting more and more. I think Disney just raised theirs as well, and then like now the subs that you paid for to not have ads will have ads. So at a certain point, a lot of people are just going to go back to being pirates, I feel. That's my opinion. Not saying that's what I'm going to do. Everybody has been grateful in sharing their logins with me, so bless them, bless my friends who have been sharing their logins. Thank you so much, mainly my brother. But yeah, I think that's probably what's going to end up happening, or it's going to get worse. Like, we're going to end up having to pay a subscription for like air. Like, you're going to have to get like premium air, and you have to pay like $15.99. I know there's like a subscription for like the Garage app, like the MyQ app, which sounds really dumb, because that was like once free. Now you got to pay a sub to like, I know you don't probably have to pay the sub to open your Garage, but I'm sure there's features that are blocked behind the sub. That sounds dumb. So again, it's going to get to a point where we might just end up reverting back, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are not going to want to be paying a sub to use their washing machine, right? Oh, you can do quick wash, or to do premium quick wash subscription for $5.99, and then like the washer will have this premium feature, because that's kind of like what the Tesla has, right? Like, obviously they're self-driving, but like you want that premium self-driving, you got to pay. But I know that's not a sub, that's, or maybe it is, I don't know, I don't have one, who knows? You see me back there, that's me. But yeah, I think eventually it's probably going to get to a point where it's going to get pretty bad. Hopefully not like too bad, but you know, a lot of people hopefully don't get dumb and just end up just subbing. But yeah, so pretty much, yeah, that's kind of like my point on subs. It's just going to be the short, quick episode. The main point of this is really just kind of the introduction of what this is, what this podcast is going to be. So, if you want to come on, please hit me up, Instagram, cell phone, email, however we talk. Hop on here. Let's have a good time. Like how I'm out here just camping and, just chilling. This is what I do. Next episode, just like how I'm saying, is next episode is going to be in a different country. So leave a comment of what you want me to talk about. I'm probably not going to get a local. That sounds really cringe. But if I do make friends in this new country that I'm going into in March, I'll see if they want to do it they want to shoot the podcast. I will be shooting it regardless. So let me know in the comments what you want to, what you guys want to talk about. I'm open to everything. I do have a list of topics I'm going to go over, and I plan on at least releasing an episode once a month. That's my goal for at least a year. And then, it's just me right now. Originally I was going to do this with a friend who's up north. Shout out to Hall's Holiday. It's just our times just weren't really syncing, and I will be hopefully shooting an episode with her in the future. So, yeah, hit me up. We'll schedule a time, most likely on the weekend. If not, if we're doing something on the weeknight, because I do work. So this is something on the side, of course. But yeah, hit me up. Let's do this thing. If this kicks off and, it's a success, awesome, great. If it doesn't, whatever, this is something kind of like I want to do and get out for a year to show that I did it, alongside music also that I'm going to be doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it of this episode. Thank you if you have stuck around to this part. It's been a short one. What are we at? Like almost 20 minutes. The sun is setting right now here in Joshua Tree, so I will get you a shot of the sunset kind of over there. And yeah, I made a track to kind of gonna go with this, so I'll just do a time lapse of the shot of the sunset. And thank you so much for tuning in to this point. Again, hit me up if you want to tune in. Outside of that, yeah, let's cut some of those subscriptions off, but not this one, right? Not this subscription. Don't cut this one. Let's keep this one. Keep tuning in. Sub now, please. Yeah. Until next time. Let's keep talking. Peace. Nah, that's not what I wanted. But yeah, sunset incoming. Don't worry. Got you on that one.